Greer here, CP Media. We're actually in China right now. We've got the whole crew together, we've got the band together. There we go. We've got a Mexican wave standing over here. It's pretty poor. We'll have to work on that. That's the members stand over the side. Anyway, basically, so far we've had 28 hours worth of travelling and arrived yesterday afternoon and basically settled into the hotel. We've got a bit of bike maintenance organised. We had some bike issues, some bent rotor blades that we've gone down to the local bike shop to get sorted. We had a couple of lost bags, all sorts, but I think that we're just about all sorted. Today's a bit of an admin day, pre-race. Race starts tomorrow. We're going to have a bit of a briefing later on this afternoon, get some gear checks and things later on after that, and then we'll be ripping it into it tomorrow. So basically, over the course of the next few days, we're going to be giving some updates of the racing and what's been happening, and a bit of a deep dive into how we're feeling and what's good and maybe what's not so good. In terms of some of that luggage yesterday, there was a few things that went missing, and one thing that you would have noticed there that Steve hasn't got a spoon, so he's innovated. He started with a brake lever, and now he is going with a little scooper out of the Pure Sport Nutrition. Shout out to them. Steve, for a start, let's have a bit of a chat about your preparation coming into this. How are you feeling, and what did you do to prepare for China, for the Wulong Mountain Quest starting in a couple of days, or one more sleep?
Well, feeling pretty good at the moment. As far as getting ready for heat, it's been quite good working at the Hermitage as I've been working in the boiler room, so it's been quite good heat training in there, especially being in a suit and mask, so
good job,
getting a bit of both, aren't I? So,
yeah, good stuff. Yeah. Compared to the running in the snow side of things.
Yeah, that's not so good for me there, Rich, yeah, but been fun at the same time, isn't it?
Yeah,
so that's been good.
Yeah, that's awesome. And it's pretty cool to be able to be here as well. Like, you've got a young family at home, and to have the leave pass to be able to come all the way to China, have 8 nights away to be able to do this. Probably a shout out to the family.
Definitely a shout out to the family. You know, they commit a lot for me coming over here. So yeah, no, I really appreciate all they do to help me for coming over here.
Yeah. Nice work. And what are you most looking forward to in the next few days?
Well, going back to the last videos, the caves was the one that I looked at that looked really cool, and actually seeing your pictures of those little sort of canyon places, that really can't wait to do that. So something different for me. So yeah, can't wait. That's right.
Nice work. And we're going to scroll over here to Sarah. Sarah was here with us last year. So on just speaking about the course, Sarah, so the course is similar to what was last year, but not the same.
I think so. Just reading from the Google Translate and the documents on WeChat, sort of looks a little bit similar, but maybe a few different stages this year round. So no, it should be good.
So we'll find out a little bit more detail about that in the briefing, I guess, won't we? Once we figure that out tomorrow. But the stage tomorrow looks like it's pretty similar to last year's, but without that big horrible run that we thought was 20 Ks. It ended up being 25, and I was in the fetal position for about 10 minutes after we finished. It was awful.
I think we were all hurting a fair bit. When is this going to end? Yeah.
Nice. So tell us about your preparation. How have you've been doing lots? You did some ultra running and did really well with that, and been down riding in Timaru and did the Timaru tour as well.
It didn't go so well, but the running block went pretty well. Just tried to up the Ks and do a bit more running this time round. So hopefully that'll pay off. And
yeah, good. How are the legs feeling?
Fine so far. Okay. Yeah. Ask me after tomorrow.
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah. And travel yesterday, how was that for you?
I don't sleep that well on planes, or and I guess it's a little bit stressful. The pretty short connections, and sort of worried that we were going to miss our flights a few times, but no, otherwise, all good.
Yeah, that was one of the things I was going to do this video sort of while we're chilling out an airport waiting for the plane to sort of take off, but there was none of that, was it? It was pretty much quick on the plane just in time. We even got green stickered once. That was interesting.
Yeah. Now we got a ride on one of those cool little carts in the airport. That was kind of fun.
Yep. Hustled through the security quicker than we probably would have wanted, but that was good. Kieran, debut. Debut. How are you feeling about this whole China gig so far?
Oh, very excited, but just a bit nervous. Had a calf injury, so haven't got the Ks and the running legs. But no, just excited. Want to have a bit of fun and enjoy it with the team.
Nice. And so, tell us about your background. You've done a bit of multisport. You love a good Ironman, and you love a bit of suffering as well.
Yeah, a bit of suffering. A few adventure races and God zones under the belt. But Yeah, this will be new territory for me. Pretty scared.
That's a nervous laugh as well. More. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. So you've done a bunch of that stuff, but you're a sheep farmer as well.
Yeah.
Yep. How's lambing going at the moment with September?
Yeah, no, we're all done. Yeah, we're early country up in Marlborough, so yeah, got that out of the way, which sort of gives you the leave pass to get here. Got my brother at the farm looking after it, so that's all good. Yep. And just sheep and beef farmer, and try and do a bit of multi-sport on the side, keep fit.
Good. Much running up the hills chasing sheep, is that sort of part of the training?
Yeah, bit of that, a bit of nasala tusking, and stuff like that to keep the legs ticking over. Good.
What's your favourite discipline? So we've got all sorts, haven't we? We've got kayaking, we've got abseiling, we've got running, we've got mountain biking. What else we got? Some rafting. What are you most looking forward to, and what's your go-to?
Water sports, the kayaking, the rafting, and probably the abseiling. Yeah, and then a distant last is running.
Most of that's sort of either downhill or flat type exercise, isn't it? Down the river, down off the abseil rope, or flat. Yeah, okay. The team are just like, hang on a second, that's not what you told us when we signed up.
Yeah.
No, that's good. No, it's going to be fun. And what do you feel about China? What's your vibe on China so far? Sort of looking at it from the window on the bus and a little bit of walking around that we've done so far?
Yeah, a lot of hills, a lot more green space than I imagined. But it's tidy, nice and clean, which I sort of unexpected, I guess. Yeah, but a lot of steep hills.
And food, you've committed to the buffet. How did that go last night for you?
Food, some spicy noodles there. They got a bit of a sweat on, but
from your eyeballs and your ears are actually sweating as well, weren't they?
Yeah, they were. Yeah, but no, got to hook into the local cuisine. So no, it's good.
Good. And it's all sitting fine so far. You've had breakfast.
Yep.
Gone for breakfast this morning.
Had some vegetables for breakfast. Had some cold beans and some rock melon and watermelon. So it's all good.
It all sounds like good running food to me. Good job, well done. And we're gonna scroll around here, talk to Meg. Meg is a late call up, and actually probably need to shout out to Jake Vargo and Jonesy. They were sort of Jake was with us last year. He as an old man playing old man's football, foolishly injured his ankle, so he wasn't able to join us. And then Jonesy did his calf muscle, didn't he? So he wasn't able to make it. So Meg was a late call up. How many sleeps before we left, Meg? Did you sort of get the call from Ned saying, "What are you up to?"
I think it was 13 sleeps. Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Okay. That gave me a day to consider it, and then on 12 to go, I think we made the call. So
Good. So tell us about your background, because you can't just turn up and. Well, I'm not sure if you maybe you can do something like that. So tell us about your background. What sort of things are you into, and how have you sort of felt confident to go and right, let's do this?
I guess I've worked in the outdoors for most of my life, and so have a bit of a passion for adventure. So keen whitewater kayaker, and then got into running at some stage, and so love long, kind of slow, grovelly adventure runs in New Zealand, and have spent lots of time with Nat, who's just over here as well, running some long runs in the hills. And then we kind of got into this idea of going to Nepal next year, and then thought, let's get a bit more kind of focused on this. So training for the last year with a coach has been good. Learning lots about biking. I've actually intentionally not been a mountain biker in the past because I've got a blind eye, so we'll see how that goes over the next few days. But yeah, I think I feel somewhat confident, but also just here, and we'll see what happens when we get out there tomorrow.
Good stuff. And it's for what we found last year was a lot about running and a lot about grovelly running. So it sounds like you'll be right up your alley. So tell us about some grovelly running. What have you done that's sort of long and pretty grovelly and pretty hard, and I guess how do you get through those dark spots from your experience?
Yeah, one comes to mind where Nat and I did the 3 passes, which is over sort of Arthur's Pathways over summer, and it was the first ton of 25 was super nice running, and then it was just 1 kilometre an hour stuff in the middle there. Came in at about 10 o'clock at night, and what kept us going was laughing. Shoe blowouts really early in the piece, and just continuing to make stuff work as you go on. So I think I ended up with strapping tape, a sock on the outside of my shoe, and then some like electrical tape around the outside of that. So I think it's the laughs until 10 o'clock at night that keep me going, to be fair.
So that shoe's getting bigger and bigger, kind of thing.
It was so big, it was like a club foot by the end of the situation.
So you've got that sort of knowledge, I guess, to call upon that. Have you checked Nat's shoes and your shoes just before you step out for this one?
Checked the shoes and brought the electrical tape, so I think we're sorted, and some socks. So
Yeah, how good. And your mountain biking, you mentioned that like I've intentionally not been a mountain biker, so there's a bit of mountain biking, and you've had to organise a mountain bike. So how are we feeling about that? What's your what have you done there?
look, I'm undercooked in that sort of respect, as you could say. But I did go out for one ride last weekend, and I only fell off once, and I was completely stationary. So I'm hoping for less falls, or at least if I fall, I've sort of practiced the stationary roll. So
Okay, so you've got a commando roll, have you?
I've got a good sort of roll to the left. So hopefully it's not a roll to the right.
We just don't want the roll over the front so much.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I haven't practiced that one at all, to be fair. I've been doing lots of road cycling, and so that's given a good base fitness. And I was quite stoked to see how the kind of transferability of the fitness felt the other day on the bike. But I won't be at the front, and I'll just be looking as much as I can of what the other humans do in front of me, because the depth perception's the problem for me. So we'll see. I'll tell you tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, that's good. Well, we want to try and improve that 1-to-1 ride to fall off ratio if we can help that. So, so that's awesome. Well done, Meg. And let's scroll over to Nat over here. Nat, how are you feeling about I guess the trip so far and what we've got ahead of us?
Yeah, pretty good. I'm pretty psyched for it, actually. Yeah, looking forward to it. Seeing everyone around. Prepped.
And how do you feel about your teammate here? Your not so much teammate, but your partner in crime. That's what I was after. To be able to share that with her.
Oh, so good. Like completely unexpected and just magic. Yeah, you can come along. Jonesy was my number one wingman, but Meg is pretty good replacement. But Jonesy will be here with us.
Yeah, that's right. So you're also a physio as well, and you brought your needles and some strapping tape and bits and pieces. I think there was word from our team that the rest of your teammates, make sure they look after you, so you've still got some energy to be able to patch the rest of us together.
Got some juice for you guys too. Well, I think maybe I'll take as give as I good and give as good as give as.
We've got it.
As good as I get, or something. So I'll get lots of massages and replace for the ones that I get.
Good stuff. Nice work. And you have had a bag that's gone missing as well.
Yes. Learning from previous experiences on airlines, put an air tag in it so we could track where it was. So luckily it arrived probably like late last night.
Okay, good. So got all your gear, you're ready to go. And are you nervous for tomorrow? How are you feeling for tomorrow?
No, I'm still pretty good. Maybe the nerves will increase as the day goes on, but just need to get the pedals on the bike and then know that my bike is fully functioning, and then I'll be sweet.
Good. And that's a job today, is to go for a bit of an explore, try and suss out what else is out and around us and things like that. Make sure the pedals work, and try and get Meg for one through a ride without falling off would be good too.
Yeah. Well, we went for a bit of an explore yesterday to get the bike to the bike shop, and I did a 3+ K run and felt like I had a completely dry throat and all the spit had gone from my mouth. So I'm like, oh, this is good experience for learning tomorrow. Yeah.
But you've been a bit crook too in the lead into this.
Yeah. I had like a couple of weeks of like sinusitis, and then got a rabies injection in there too. So I think my immune system went a bit mad, and then had a vomiting bug like 2 days before leaving. So I slept pretty well on the plane. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm recouped. I'm good now.
Okay, good now. Yeah, right. So just pretty much you've just had a bit of an extended taper, and you're ready to roll.
Very long taper. It felt really good to do a little run yesterday. Yeah, I can still run, which is good.
Good stuff. And you've sort of taken on the mantle as team captain, I think, of the TEAMCP Marlborough crew. What's the goals for the team?
Yep, I've been appointed just to enjoy ourselves and just love to make it through to the end of each day. We're out to have a good time and learn from the experience, and work well together.
Yeah, good stuff. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's awesome. And we're going to scroll around to Jesse over here. Something for the mums. He's got his top off. So just I'm going to come in beside you here. There we go. Jesse, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, Richard.
Yeah. Story. You were awesome in our team last year. You were probably the only one of us that didn't call upon the toe. You were the strong man that got us through. How are you feeling about the event ahead of you?
Yeah, not bad. It's always a question in the back of your mind if you're as fit as you were last year, or as injury free. I had a bit of a dodgy knee before the event this year rather than during it, so hopefully a lot of stretching and rolling, and that'll keep that at bay.
Yeah. And you've been a bit crook as well, because you were going to do longer stay earlier this year, weren't you? But the old COVID kind of got you and just sort of has beaten you up a little bit over the, I guess, course of the year. But how are you feeling now?
Yeah, definitely. COVID took its toll. It was a long summer of frustration, of feeling good and then feeling no good, and doing all right at a few events, and then realising once you get back to work that you just couldn't sustain training and work. So
You've got a physical job too in terms of what you do. What do you do for work?
welding pine control. So yeah, always up in the hills with a pack on the back. Normally 55-ish hour weeks through the summer. So fitting training in, and that is a bit of a juggling act.
Yeah, nice. And you were with us last year. What was some of the learnings you took away from last year that you're looking to try and, I don't know, maybe do a little bit better this time around?
Just the heat. Getting used to that. Take as much liquid in as you can. Every chance you can get some water over you. So whether that's laying in like a foot deep koi carp pond like Jake Vargo last year, or
there was a couple of really dodgy spots there that, I don't know, there was a pig farm or something like that. There was some dodgy little water coming down. I was like, oh God, what are you guys up to? But seemed fine.
Yeah, I guess if you're hurting, you just make do with what you got. So
I mean, that's trying to stay as cool as you can, as much as you can, eh?
Yeah, definitely. So keeping cool, eating well, and just recovering well, I guess. Stretching, and as soon as you finish that race, get in that nutrition.
Nice. And wildlife was something that you were really keen on last year. Didn't see a huge amount of wildlife last year. But have you got any goals for this year?
I want to find out if a panda bear is cuddly or aggressive.
Okay, so you heard it here first. That's Jesse's goal. So we just need to make sure we've got he's towing us, so then he can't get away too far. We've got a bit of a lead on him. It's not to be towed. It's actually that we're trying to make sure he doesn't run away through the bush. Okay, well, that'll be interesting to see if we can achieve that. What do you reckon your chances are of that?
A little one if it's aggressive. Don't know, actually. They've got pretty big claws, I think.
Yeah. I guess as long as you come in peace and maybe offer them some bamboo rather than just sort of coming straight in for the cuddle, that would probably be a key thing. But that's something to work on anyway.
Yeah, definitely be friendly.
Good job. Nice work. So there we are. That's our plan of attack. We're going to go and... we've missed Todd over here. Missed Todd. Todd wasn't particularly excited about calling it, but Jesse said, no, we have to. So Todd, how are you doing?
Good. Yeah. Good so far today. I haven't been outside. It's been nice.
Sitting in the air conditioning, just chilling out. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So from Marlborough, your multi-sport background. What have you done in the past?
It's pretty brief, really. Coast to coast this year in a two-person team. So done a bit of running, bit of cycling, and been paddling kayaks for a few years, but nothing too adventurous. So I'm just the brawn, really. The rest of my team's the brains. So and good having you guys here. Obviously after last year, so good having been able to glean a bit of information on what to expect.
Yeah, that's right. But you've been an athlete at a very high level in the past. Your rowing background. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Rowed up to 2011 at World Champs level. So it was sort of a bit of a lifetime ago. But the training habits and that sort of thing, the training ethic or work ethic, and that has served me well getting back into multi-sport. So good background to be able to call on.
Yeah, nice. And the opportunity to come here, it's not easy. You've got a young family at home as well. So tell us about sort of your negotiation to manage to get here and the leave passes that you managed to tick off.
Yeah. So my wife's had a work conference booked in for about a year, and when this trip came up, sort of only a couple of months ago, really, I said, can I go to China? And she said, yeah, sure, as long as it's not such and such week in September. And when we looked at the dates, it's exactly the same week in September. Called the grandparents up to look after the kids, and so we've managed to make it work. So it's pretty cool to be here.
Yeah, that's right. And I guess these sorts of experiences are life experiences, aren't they? To be able to make the effort to actually be part of as well. That's what you talked about, and you and your wife spoke about.
Yeah. We've had a few things happen in the family over the last couple of years, and who knows what will happen next year. Might not get the opportunity to come again, and so when you and Nat said, "Oh, hey Todd, do you want to do your first adventure race in China?" It was kind of hard to say no to, really. So here I am. Yeah,
that's it. So it's a matter of soaking that up and just getting amongst the event and the locals and going to have some fun.
Been to China once before, just as a sort of a holiday spectator sort of trip. But so I've sort of experienced a bit of the heat and humidity, just haven't competed in it.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, but just like the other guys have said, take on plenty of fluid and not do anything too crazy.
Yep. I guess so. Maybe at the end of every day, we check in with you to let us know what the type 1 to type 2 fun suffer ratio is.
Yeah, I don't mind a bit of a hill grind. Hopefully I'll be all right.
There might be maybe around the room because you might not be.
I say that now. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Well, there we go. Over and out from the hotel in Wulong, and we're going to go and get our bikes together and go for a bit of a cruise and get through this bike ride in one piece with Meg still on our bike, I think. There we go. From the crew here. Cheers, team. We'll catch up soon.